Hey guys, it's Tony. Today is the 11th of January. We're going to talk about Bitcoin for a bit here. As you can all see, my warning, I actually issued several videos, several warnings, and told you all to keep tight stops. Said that we were overextending and it was time for a pullback. So I warned you guys for a week and a half now, thereabouts. So just remember something, folks. I can always tell you what's going to happen, but I can't necessarily tell you when it's going to occur. So I told you this was going to happen, and now it's occurred. So just keep that in the back of your mind. So now we have the pullback. Okay, so now that we're pulling back, what now? Well, this is why I wanted to put out this video. By the way, over the weekend, my ear is finally clearing up a little bit, so I feel a little better. But over the weekend, I mean, it was just, my ear was swimming, my auditory senses were off. I don't know if you guys have had problems with your ears before, but it really messes you up. It messes up your equilibrium and whatnot. So that being said, the ear's starting to clear up a little bit. So let's get back to business for the week, and we'll be doing some analysis on some other coins as well. But at the end of the day, I told you that this was coming. We now have it upon us. But I am encouraged by a few things. Number one, the pullback that we have really is about 28% from our high of 42,000. You notice that we didn't hit our 44,000 that we talked about. That was a good clue right there that we weren't really, things were starting to change there. So 28% pullback is really kind of typical. A lot of times in a bull market, you're going to find a 20 to 30% pullback, which is pretty typical. So I'm not overly alarmed by that. And when you see a pullback like this, it's not necessarily a trend reversal. Why I talked before about us being overextended, I don't necessarily think that this is a trend reversal. So I'm going to go into a few reasons why that is. But again, I believe if anybody wants to go back, you might want to listen to the warning videos. I think the 31st of December, something like that. Give it a shot and go to that. Now, what has happened recently is what I was concerned about. I said that. There may be some coming turmoil in the markets, and with the president and the inauguration coming up on the 20th and whatnot. So, first of all, we must establish that we had fundamentals in place, that we were overextended, we were due for a pullback. Second, I mentioned on my last videos on Friday that I was concerned about turmoil going on. Well, now that's coming a little more to fruition. And if you notice right now, all the markets are down. The U.S. stock market's down. Everything's down in response to this. So what we had is it's been said out there, and we don't know specifically yet, but I've heard through some people and some military personnel that Trump hasn't in fact signed the Insurrection Act. I may do a video on that, but we're not really trying to be too political on this channel. So that being said, there's some turmoil we're talking about. The other thing is we've got Nancy Pelosi with her, usual drama that she has now trying to do the impeachment. It's not really going to go anywhere, but the fact is the news hits us and it concerns people and that kind of thing. So we've got this market turmoil that I knew would probably arise, which is certainly weighing down on the prices of everything, U.S. stocks, the whole bit. So just put that in mind. And I will tell you this, though, that any kind of news like this generally will support the fundamentals that were already in place, which I had mentioned for a pullback. And I kept telling you guys, tighten up your stops, whatnot. Okay, so the news will usually follow the fundamentals that were already in place, and that's in fact what we see happening here. Again, you can ask anybody. We talk in my Telegram rooms. I've been talking about this for a couple of years now. It generally plays out this way. So again, if you guys don't know who I am, I really invite you to go listen to my introduction and my background, so you get an idea of why I'm saying these things. Okay. With that in mind, let's move on a little further. Where do we think that we're going to stop at? Well, I think we probably, and of course I'm getting ahead of myself, but I tend to think that we're stopping where we may see a flattening here. And again, I'm going to tell you with this pullback, I don't necessarily see a trend reversal just yet. Okay, so what I'm going to just give you a little scenario what I think is going to happen. We talked about our numbers before. I believe in the last couple of videos regarding Bitcoin, I mentioned about that 30,000 number being psychological and important. So I do think at this point we're probably going to get a bottom there. It could go down to the 28,000 that I talked about before that it hit. But realistically, I think we're going to see this stoppage around this 30,000 area, and we're getting a little ahead of ourselves. Keep that in mind, guys, okay? So what I think we're probably going to be looking to see next okay, is we want to see this flattening at the 30,000 first. And then I'd like to see maybe the beginning of a trading range form, okay? Perhaps in that 33.5 area, just over that 32.8 to 33,000 I talked about before. Based on the numbers now, I think our area, with this recent pullback, we're really going to be looking at that 33.5. So I would like to see a stop at this 30,000 area. I'd like to see us move back up to this 33.5 area, and then maybe come back and give us a couple of touches in that 30,000 area, and then move back up to that 33.5 area, and maybe get a bit of a range there for just a bit, and then hopefully, say with the third touch of the 33,500 area, we could probably move out. But of course, our pullback prior to that should be a little bit more shallow than the 30,000. Remember that 31,000 I spoke of before, that would be a possible scenario. So we're looking at maybe, again, this is just a play out right now, projections, but I'm thinking 30,000 and 33.5, back to 30,000, back to 33.5, one more time back a little more shallow, which would probably put it around that 31,000 area. And then maybe we can go ahead and move up through that 33.5. If we get a scenario that plays like that, then we're going to say, yes, we have found our bottom. And yes, this is not a trend reversal. Now, keep in mind, this has not played out yet. But also something to notice is back in, I believe it was the 31st of December, we really had that 29,000 number as well, where we were at. So again, that solidifies further, I think, this bottom that's being found just now. So let's see how it plays out. Time is going to tell, but I think that's the way we're going to see it. So with that in mind, guys, if you like what you hear, don't be afraid to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. There'll be more videos like this. Again, I'm going to get geared up again, not feeling as bad as I was over the weekend. So we've got some lost business that we've got to tend to. I still need to do some analysis on Zcash and Dash. And I don't know if anybody noticed, but we certainly got a nice little pop out of Dash and Zcash. You might want to start looking at those, and I'll be doing some videos on that as well. So again, folks, share, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you have any comments, please leave them in the feedback there. That's what that's for. And with that in mind, guys, I'm going to wish you a good day. Take care.